Welcome to all of you in Sankalpa Education Pratham classes. I am Sachin Patil, delivered lecture series on derivative or differentiation. Right now we are going with the derivative of inverse trigonometric functions, and right now we have to get the example depends on that formulas. That means sine inverse is outside and cos inside. At that time we will use the half angle formula related to that one. That means cos theta is equal to sine pi by 2 minus theta, and sine cancel to each other. You will get the pi by 2 minus theta is here. Cos inverse sine theta, that means cos inverse is outside and sine theta is there. Once again we have to use the pi by 2, that means pi by 2 allied angle formula. That means sine theta is equal to cos pi by 2 minus theta, therefore pi by 2 minus theta is here. Similarly tan inverse cot theta, at that time cot theta is equal to tan pi by 2 minus theta, and tan inverse are cancelled to each other. You will get the pi by 2 minus theta is here. Cot inverse tan theta is here. At that time tan theta is equal to cot pi by 2 minus theta, and cot inverse are cancelled to each other, pi by 2 minus theta. You will get the output of that formula. Similarly sec inverse inside the cosec theta and cosec inverse inside the sec theta. Now by using those formulae you can carry out some examples related to that formulae, and which depends on that formulae. First of all we have to going with that tan inverse. Now first of all we have to going with the consideration of tan inverse cot 3x raised to 4 is here. That means 3x raised to 4 is work as a theta, and therefore let y is equal to tan inverse cot 3x raised to 4 is here. By using this is one considered as a theta, we know that the cot theta is equal to tan pi by 2 minus theta, and by using that formula you have to get the consideration of y is equal to tan inverse inside the bracket cot theta replaced as tan pi by 2 minus theta is nothing but a 3x raised to 4. 3x raised to 4 is here, and tan inverse, once again this is a theta. Right now we will use the consideration of tan theta. Tan inverse tan theta is equal to theta. By using this another formula you can get the consideration of y is equal to pi by 2 minus 3x raised to 4. Now y is the function of x, and therefore derivative of y with respect to x is nothing but a dy by dx. It is a derivative of y with respect to x is here, and dy by dx is equal to, these are the two different functions, and subtraction of these functions, then we will use the algebra of derivative d dx of pi by 2 minus d dx of 3x raised to 4 is here. Derivative of pi by 2 is 0 because it is a constant, minus 3 is taken outside, and x raised to 4 having the derivative 4x raised to 3 is here, and therefore you will get the 0 minus 3 into 4, that means 12x raised to 3, and this is the derivative of that function tan inverse cot 3 raised to 4, 3x raised to 4 is here. Right now similarly you can calculate the consideration of this one here. Let y is equal to cot inverse inside the square root sec square x minus 1. We know that the sec square x minus 1 is nothing but a tan square x, and therefore y is equal to cot inverse square root of tan square x is here. Square root of tan square is nothing but a tan, and therefore y is equal to cot inverse tan x is here. And once again we know that the tan theta is equal to cot pi by 2 minus theta is here. By using this formula you will replace the tan x as y is equal to cot inverse inside the bracket cot pi by 2 minus x is here. Once again we know that the formula is cot inverse cot theta is equal to theta. By using this formula you will get the y is equal to pi by 2 minus x. Y is the function of x, therefore derivative of y with respect to x is here, and dy by dx is equal to derivative of pi by 2 is 0 minus x having the derivative is 1, and therefore answer is minus 1 is here. Similarly, we can perform the derivatives of this one. First of all, we have to get the consideration of this one is nothing but a let y is equal to sine inverse inside the bracket cos log x is here. And right now here this log x is work as a theta, and by using the consideration of cos theta is equal to sine pi by 2 minus theta. Theta is nothing but a log x is here, and therefore formula becomes y is equal to sine inverse inside the bracket sine pi by 2 minus log x is here. And right now we know that the formula, this is one formula, and another formula is sine inverse sine theta is equal to theta. By using this formula, y is equal to pi by 2 minus log x, and y is the function of x, therefore derivative of y with respect to x is here, and dy by dx is equal to pi by 2 having the derivative is 0 minus log x having the derivative 1 divided by x, and therefore derivative of this function is a minus 1 divided by x. Right now we are going with this one, cos inverse 2 sin x into cos x. Once again we have to let y is equal to cos inverse 2 sin x into cos x, cos inverse 2 sin x into cos x, and we know that the 2 sin theta into cos theta is equal to sin 2 theta, and by using that formula, y is equal to cos inverse inside the bracket sin 2x is here, and 2x is work as a theta. Right now we know that the sin theta is also written as cos pi by 2 minus theta. By using this formula, y is equal to cos inverse inside the bracket cos pi by 2 minus theta is nothing but a 2x, and therefore 2x is here. And by using another formula is nothing but a cos inverse and cos are cancelled to each other, pi by 2 minus 2x is here. Y is the function of x, and therefore derivative of y with respect to x, dy by dx is equal to pi by 2 having derivative 0 minus 2 is a constant, and the derivative of x is equal to 1, and therefore it is a minus 2 of that derivative. Right now similarly you can going with the consideration of another examples related to that one is nothing but a sine inverse 1 minus 2 sine square x. We know that let y is equal to sine inverse 1 minus 2 sine square x is here. We know that 1 minus 2 sine square theta is equal to cos 2 theta. This is one formula related to double angle formula cos 2 theta, and therefore you will get the consideration of y is equal to sine inverse cos 2x is here, and once again 2x is work as a theta, and by putting the consideration of cos theta is equal to sine pi by 2 minus theta, inside this you will get the y is equal to sine inverse inside the bracket sine pi by 2 minus 2x is here, and sine and sine inverse cancel to each other, y is equal to pi by 2 minus 2x. Derivative of y with respect to 2x is nothing but a dy by dx is equal to pi by 2 having derivative 0 minus 2 into derivative of x is a 1, and therefore it is a minus 2 is here. Similarly you will get the consideration of this one, and let y is equal to cos inverse inside the bracket 3 sin x minus 4 sine cube x is here. We know that the 3 sine theta minus 4 sine cube theta is equal to sine 3 theta is here, sine 3 theta. By using this formula by using this formula inside this one, you will get the y is equal to cos inverse sine 3x is here. Cos inverse sine 3x is here. Once again 3x is work as a theta here, and therefore you will get the sine theta is equal to cos pi by 2 minus theta. This formula, by using this formula, you will get the consideration of y is equal to cos inverse inside the bracket cos pi by 2 minus 3x is here, because theta is nothing but a 3x, and cos inverse are cancelled to each other. Y is equal to pi by 2 minus 3x. Right now derivative of this derivative of y with respect to x, dy by dx is equal to derivative of pi by 2 is 0 minus, because it is constant, 3 is a constant, into derivative of x is equal to 1, and therefore it is a minus 3 is here. Similarly, you can perform the derivatives of those functions which is related to another consideration of that one, and you will get the consideration of this cos inverse. Right now you will get the consideration of cos inverse 2 tan x divided by 1 plus tan square. Later to consider, let y is equal to cos inverse 2 tan x divided by 1 plus tan square x. Right now you can think about that one. It is a one formula, and this formula is nothing but a 2 tan theta divided by 1 plus tan square theta. It is equal to sine 2 theta is here. It is equal to sine 2 theta is here, and by using this formula you can get the consideration of y is equal to cos inverse sine 2x is here, and once again 2x is work as theta, and sine theta is equal to cos pi by 2 minus theta. By using this formula, y is equal to cos inverse inside the bracket cos pi by 2 minus 2x is here, and cos are cancelled to each other. Y is equal to pi by 2 minus 2x. Y is the function of x, therefore derivative of y with respect to x is nothing but a dy by dx. Derivative of pi by 2 is 0, minus 2 is a constant, into derivative of x is equal to 1, therefore answer is a minus 2 is here. Now we are going with another function, sine inverse 1 minus tan square x divided by 1 plus tan square x. Let y is equal to sine inverse inside the bracket 1 minus tan square x divided by 1 plus tan square x is here. Once again this is one formula, is nothing but a 1 minus tan square theta divided by 1 plus tan square theta is equal to cos 2 theta is equal to cos 2 theta, and by using this one y is equal to sine inverse cos 2x is here. Once again 2x is work as a theta, and therefore cos theta is equal to sine pi by 2 minus theta, and theta is nothing but a 2x is here, and therefore y is equal to, by using this formula you will get the y is equal to sine inverse inside the bracket sine pi by 2 minus 2x is here, and sine inverse and sine cancel to each other. Y is equal to pi by 2 minus 2x. Once again y is the function of x, therefore derivative of y with respect to x is nothing but a dy by dx is equal to pi by 2 having derivative 0 minus 2 into derivative of x is equal to 1, therefore minus 2 is a derivative of that functions. And by using those formula, once again you will get the consideration of those formulas, nothing but a allied angle formulae. By using those consideration, when sine inverse is outside and you will get the cos inside, at that time expression inside this one is considered as a theta, and by using this allied angle formula sine pi by 2 minus theta, you will get the answer is pi by 2 minus theta. And by using those formulae related to that one, you can get the different derivatives related to these expressions, and you can find out the derivative by using those formula. If you like that video, please subscribe my channel and click on bell icon to get next notification related to the derivative or differentiation. Thank you.